Have you ever seen rubidium metal? Do you know anything about rubidium? Rubidium is a soft metal and able to react with water vigorously. If you know nothing about it, it doesn't matter. What you need is a periodic table. Periodic table lists out all the discovered elements. All the elements are arranged in the position based on their groups and periods. Group is the vertical column and related to the number of outermost shell electrons of elements, while period is the horizontal row and related to the number of occupied electron shells of elements. There are group 1 to group 8. The elements located in the middle of the periodic table are transition metals. When we go down the groups, the atoms will become larger and larger due to the increased number of electron shells. When we go across the periods from the left to the right, the element will change from metal to metalloid or semi-metal and finally to non-metals. Chemical properties of an element depends mainly on the number of outermost shell electrons. Therefore, elements in the same group will share similar chemical properties. The name of group 1 is alkaline metal. Because all group 1 metals can react with water to form alkaline solution and hydrogen gas. They are also known as soft metals because they can be easily cut with a knife. Since the reactivity of group 1 elements increase down the group, it is expected that the lower the position is, the higher the reactivity of group 1 elements will be. Indeed, sodium and potassium will cause some fire when reacting with water, but rubidium, cesium, and francium will cause explosion when they are reacting with water. As they are all very reactive metals, they will react with air readily and they must be stored under paraffin oil. The density of group 1 element is low, so that they will move on the surface when reacting with water. For group 2 elements, they are known as the alkaline earth metal. All of them have low density, but they are denser than group 1 elements. They will sink when putting them into water. The reactivity of group 2 elements increases down the group. They are less reactive than group 1 elements, but they still can react with water. For beryllium, it doesn't react with water or steam. For magnesium, there is very slow reaction with cold water, but it can react with steam. For calcium, strontium, barium, they can react with water vigorously, and barium will react even more vigorously than strontium due to its high reactivity. For group 7, they are called as halogen. It is different from group 1 and group 2. They are non-metal elements and the reactivity of group 7 elements decreases down the group. Fluorine is the most reactive halogen and highly toxic. Chlorine and bromine are also toxic, but iodine is non-toxic. Fluorine and chlorine will exist in gas form in room temperature, while bromine and iodine will exist in liquid form and solid form respectively. Bromine is the only non-metal element existing as a liquid in room temperature. One interesting thing for iodine is that when iodine is heated, it will not melt to form liquid iodine, but the black iodine solid will sublime to form purple iodine gas. This physical change process recorded as sublimation. For group 8, they are called as noble gas. They are very stable and atoms of the elements will have the duplet and octet structure. Helium atom will have the duplet structure, which its atom have 2 electrons in the only one occupied electron shell. For neon, argon, krypton, xenon, and radon will have the octet structure, which their atoms have 8 electrons in the outermost shell. Finally, some more reminders for you. Not all non-metal elements are gases, apart from bromine in liquid state. Phosphorus and sulfur are solid in room temperature. Besides, all metals are in solid states, except mercury. Mercury is a transition metal which is in liquid form. Learning chemistry is always started with a question. Please tell me your question in your comment.